Good morning, I'm Vanessa Barron and welcome to this special edition of Tiger News, where our reporters were downtown to cover the event of MLK50.
And thank you for joining into this special edition of Tiger News. My name is Erin Cooper. We have thousands of people downtown today and joining us in the remembrance of the 50-year mark of Dr. Martin Luther King's death. We're here to share their stories, and Tiger News starts right now.
People from around the country have gathered to pay tribute to the civil rights leader Martin Luther King, who was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee.
We are from Spring, Texas. It is about 15 minutes south of the northern part of Houston. And it took us about maybe 12 hours to get here, but we did stop a couple of times because we're foodies. And we stopped by, we're huge history buffs. And to be a part of this, it's been 50 years, just a part of history. And I think about my grandmother, passed away at 101, so she told us lots of stories and about the struggle. She grew up, she was a sharecropper. So to be here and for my boys to be here is just amazing.
I'm from Austin, Texas, and this day means to me, I feel like I'm here because I need to spread the word to the youth back at home. And I feel like I'm the voice for the youth, so I feel like I need to be here to learn anything that I can to let my community know.
I came all the way from San Francisco, California. It's a girls' trip.
Okay.
And you have, one of us is in our 70s, two are in their 60s, and two are in their 50s.
Wow.
So you got a few generations came together and did this.
MLK50 commemorated the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and saw visitors from all over the nation. The event was held at the Lorraine Motel in downtown Memphis. Visitors ranged from Memphians who marched with MLK, such as Derek Fisher, to children and adults from out of town. During commencement, the crowd could visit inside the National Civil Rights Museum and go across the street to the actual room where the fatal shot was fired. At 6:01, 39 bells rang, signifying the age of MLK when he died. During that time, Reverend Jesse Jackson asked for complete silence to honor the late legend.
That's why I came, just to see how the peoples are, how they reacting to this. And it's supposed to be a movement, but it seemed like it's a showcase, political, you know, somebody want to be seen or heard.
And Martin Luther King was killed 50 years ago, which is when I was 1. So I needed for them to be able to experience history in the making, not that he didn't die just to die for no reason. He died for a reason that we still commemorate even now. And because of what he stood for, it's changing everything. Civil rights, his civil rights has propelled everybody else's right. So they needed to come and experience that because the legacy of him lives on. So we are celebrating it.
This event, it means a lot to me. I mean, I can remember I was 14 years old when the assassination took place, and for me to be here on the actual ground where it took place, it's like, it takes me back in time.
This event means a lot to me. I'm originally from Memphis. I was around during the assassination and seeing how segregated everything was, and I'm so happy to be here and be a part of it. Dr. King made a lot of good changes in order for us to come together as a whole for the whites and the blacks of this community, and I'm real happy to be here today.
Well, I'm glad to be here because it's the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Martin Luther King, and it was good to come to celebrate the commemoration of that event. This is the 10th year for me participating in this sort of thing. 10 years ago, I took a trip with my daughter in 2008 to look at a lot of museums around civil rights. In 2011, we went to the dedication of the Martin Luther King Memorial in Washington, D.C. In 2013, we attended the 50th anniversary of the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech celebrations in Washington. And today we find ourselves here in Memphis, where it's a nice sunny day.
Well, this event means a lot to me. First off, to actually be here and for the commemoration. I actually was born around the same time he passed, and my mom was someone who ensured me of this civil rights movement. The event, personally to me, is simply to just pay close homage to MLK at his death date.
Was, I think, 4 years old when he got assassinated here. So I wasn't old enough to remember him. But as I grew, I learned about him. So for me, it means a lot to me. So I'm trying to do this for my grandkids, so they can learn more about him, you know, learn as they get older.
The legacy of Dr. King continues to live on. Thousands of people from across the country came to downtown Memphis to remember the life of Dr. King. We spoke with Fox 13's Greg Coy on what this means for the city of Memphis.
I hope that it's a little bit of a gut check for the city of Memphis. It was so interesting. The city of Memphis came by and they said, oh, you know, we'd like to have, which directors do you want to talk to? And I said, well, I want to talk to the people who are responsible for the fact that we don't have union contracts that are in place for police, fire, sanitation, engineering, and they were like, oh, we don't have anybody there to talk to about that. So, I mean, but you know, I think that this is a time and a moment where the city needs to take a real midterm gut check. Where we are, what are we doing, and what are the policies and procedures in place to achieve the goals that Dr. King wanted.
When we come back, find out about the new exhibit at the National Civil Rights Museum.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
she doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
A new exhibit at the National Civil Rights Museum was released at the 50th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. After visitors walk through the original part of the museum, they're greeted by a colorful room with modern artwork and quotes. The newest edition focuses on the aftermath of King's death, with exhibits including Who Killed King, a selfie mirror, and a Black Lives Matter section. The BLM section features quotes from modern activists such as Bree Newsom, gas masks, and footage from the civil rights interviews. Visitors can see the exhibit for free every Tuesday afternoon if they're a student or resident in Memphis.
It is the 50th anniversary of the most tragic yet meaningful events in American history, the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. We asked individuals in the crowd what makes today special to them.
The reason today is special because it's a commemoration for Dr. Martin Luther King. I mean, because the main thing he was about was inclusion, not exclusion, whether you're a man, woman, black, white, gay or not. You know, we got to all come together and show love. It's about love. You know, people have too much desegregation still in society. But society needs to be moving forward today. We're the greatest country on this earth, and we got to do better.
Today, Wednesday, April 4th, 2018, it's an opportunity to reflect on the man I consider the closest thing to God here on earth, to be able to come and fellowship with all the people that feel the same way I do.
Well, today is a special day because of the legacy of Dr. King and the things he did to ensure that we could be out here doing what we're doing today. And it's just a great day. It's a day in remembrance that we all should be proud of.
Yeah, Black history is really big with my family, you know, because it's just like our history.
50 years after his death, the message still lives on. Thousands of people from all across the United States gathered in Memphis to commemorate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Many families were in attendance in an effort to pass on the message to their kids that their parents passed on to them. The Tabb family traveled all the way from Chicago, and it was clear that Michael Tabb, one of the youngest members of the family, understands the overall impact of the great Martin Luther King Jr.
I want to see more change on them. I want to see the world grow from this. I want to make this the first step on making an even bigger step. I want to make this our beginner, you know? Like, don't you know how before a race starts, you need a gun? Like, I want this to be the gun.
Coming up on Tiger News, a look back at the MLK events from last week.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. At work or at play, you're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Oh, hey, she's cute. Nice going, man. Things are going great for you. You've earned a night out. Good drinks, good friends. Yeah, we can go ahead and call this a good night. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Not smart. Yeah, I saw that coming. Say goodbye to her. Ouch, that'll hurt your bank account. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. I hope you like eating frozen dinners. Alone. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
And that's all the time we have this morning.
Thanks for joining us for this special edition of Tiger News commemorating the 50th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King's death. Join us again next week. Have a great day.